Welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We are still in the town of Lothering, which we just arrived. Killed a few bandits. Took a little bit of a view around here. Everything seems to be going pretty awesome. Let's go see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. Ooh, rubble. That's nothing I want. Moving on. Kid, go away.
Have you seen my mother? Nobody will help me find her. Why can't I find her?
Well, he's gone. Ooh, I got a level up.
Talk about your mother for a moment.
I'd rather talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps. You would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Oh, we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
Well, that was interesting.
So, Terran
Well, look what we have here then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Logain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about a fellow by this very description? And everyone said they hadn't seen him.
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
I don't need your help, miss. Please stand back.
You don't need my protection, but these men will blindly follow their master's command even unto death.
I am not the blind one. I served at Ostagar, where the Turn saved us from the Grey Warden's treachery. I serve him gladly. Enough talk. Take the Warden into custody. Kill this sister and anyone else that gets in your way.
Right, let's make this quick.
Okay, those guys are so charming. Okay, we have another fight on our hands, us against these guys, and this time we have somebody's help. This girl here with the sword tried to prevent us from picking a fight in the middle of this bar. I'm not particularly worried about this, but this fight, something I'm going to do is make sure I kill the extra soldiers before I take out the commander. Oh, I went down.
It's all right, you've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
The Grey Wardens didn't betray King Callan. Logain did.
I was there. The Turn pulled us out of a trap.
Take a message to Logain.
What do you want to tell him?
The Grey Wardens know what really happened.
I'll tell him. Right away, now. Thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
And who are you, anyhow?
Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
Is there something you wanted from me?
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
And just what help would you be to me?
The Maker told me to join you. Surely, he would not do so without good reason.
Right. I believe this is where I back away slowly.
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Very well. I won't turn away help when it's offered.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Okay, we've picked up a new character.
Indeed.
That's Liliana the Bard. Let's get out of this building. That doesn't lead me where I wanted to go.
Did you speak to that knight yesterday? Said he was from Redcliffe.
Okay, Liliana is a bard. Now let's go see what that means. Now she's starting off at level 7 as opposed to level 6 that all the other characters are. So she kind of has a little bit of a leg up in terms of stats as opposed to the other characters, but we can still get an idea of what we're looking at here. Now, a rogue is, as typical in a lot of these games, is a character who uses more of like not direct confrontation as opposed to a warrior like our main character is, or like Alistair is. Now, she has a high, not terribly high strength, but not extremely low either. But she has a pretty good dexterity. And in this game, attack calculations are based on both strength and dexterity. So she doesn't have a lot of strength, so she's not going to be able to wield some of the heavier weapons or shields or anything like that. But we don't really want her to be using a shield or a heavy weapon anyway. But what we want her to use are, at best, short swords or daggers, or a bow, because bows take damage exclusively from dexterity. Unfortunately, her constitution, which is which is what her HP is based on, is fairly low. So although primarily I'm going to have her attacking enemies with melee weapons, she's not terribly durable. So she's not going to be able to withstand all that many hits before she goes down. She'll probably last a little bit longer than Morrigan will, but she's not going to be able to take a lot of hits. Also, based on rogue is a little bit more dependent on their abilities, like dirty fighting, incapacitates them for a moment, and all that kind of stuff. So I can't really equip her with a lot of heavy weapons or not heavy weapons, heavy armor, because if I do that, it's going to lower her ability to use status points. What do you call these things over on this side? Stamina points. Yeah. Not going to be able to use as many stamina points if you're encumbered with heavy armor. Not a big problem for a warrior, but for a rogue it's a bit of an issue. So, the idea behind using a rogue like Liliana, or if you are playing as a rogue with your main character, is to usually not attack enemies head-on directly, because you're not going to be able to survive as many hits head-on. It's to let a character like our main character, like Alistair, draw their attention and then come up from behind him and attack, or something like that. Liliana also has another special ability, which is the song ability. She is a bard, that's her subclass. Yeah, that sounded like a lovely song. It grants this one in particular grants the party bonuses to mana or stamina regeneration at the rate of Bard's cunning. Cunning's a very useful stat for a bard. Bard can only sing one song at a time. Different songs give different attribute bonuses. This is the only one we have right now, I think. But having somebody like Liliana in the group can really help out, and she's a character that I'm going to have in the party quite a bit, even if she's not the best, even if she's not quite as versatile as, say, a warrior is. Let's talk to her a bit, see what kind of crap she comes up with.
Yes?
What do you know about this place?
Lothering? I think it started as a settlement by the river, and then grew when it became the place where two roads met. There are always people in Lothering, but many are just passing through.
Let's talk about something else.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
You dreamed of the Blight?
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
Yeah, that may not be the best logic out there. And this made you want to help me?
In my dream, I fell, or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
I suppose I couldn't sit hold on. I suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a Blight to stop.
Oh, okay, I got some approval points. Okay, perhaps you may have noticed her French accent, and that's also because Liliana is not from this place that we're at. Okay, where this game takes place is the country of Ferelden. Ferelden is pretty much here. Then you have the mountains, which is owned by the Dwarven Kingdom, and Orlais is to the west. Pretty damn west. We're not going to be seeing that in this game, but that's where she is from, and where I think, although it hasn't come out yet, so I can't guarantee this, although it must have come out by the time I made this episode online, Dragon Age Inquisition, part of it at least, was going to take place in Orlais. And the people there have more French accents than the people of Ferelden. Okay, other than that, oh yeah, she's bisexual.